Have you ever thought, I'm better than a Nazi? What do you think they might say in response to that? Maybe... Much of the world, even this United States, is in chaos, brimming with anger, confusion, and injustice. There's so many voices crying out different things very strongly, each convinced they're right. Some in this United States fears their fellow citizens are moving toward and even embracing Nazism. So what did the Nazis believe in? Authoritarianism, strict obedience to the authority at the expense of personal freedom, lack of concern for the wishes or opinions of others. Things like freedom of speech, trivial, gone. Totalitarianism, strong, centralized governments that requires complete subservience to the state. In other words, the people serve the government, not the government serving the people. Absurd. Social Darwinism, survival of the fittest and those best able to adapt. So, if you have a disability or handicap, then you're a drain on society and will be treated accordingly, unless those in power decide you make some sort of meaningful contribution. Eugenics, the science of improving population by controlled breeding to increase the occurrence of desirable traits. Mandatory sterilization of the unfit. If you don't meet our ideal of genetic purity, you will not contaminate the human race further. To summarize, we believe that we have the right, the fundamental right, to shape the world and those around us to our image and ideal by any means necessary. Perhaps you disagree. Do you have something specific in mind? Are you Buddhist, following and believing the Eightfold Path and Four Noble Truths? Are you a Christian, following and believing the Bible and Spirit of God? Are you a Muslim, following and believing the Quran and Allah? Are you Jewish, following and believing the Tanakh and Adonai? Something else entirely? For many of you, the foundational element is the concept, the conviction of good and evil. That some things are concretely morally right and others morally wrong. If that element is missing from your belief, if you instead think really it all boils down to preference, culture, environment, how you are raised, it may surprise you to realize that you ultimately consider yourself equal with a Nazi. Now I may have about more than a few how dare you, but think, if there is no real, solid good and evil, if it's all just moral preference, what you personally like versus not like, then there is nothing to measure against. There is nothing with authority to compare your belief with. Your morality may have bark, but no teeth. It would be like saying strawberry ice cream is better than blueberry. You might prefer one or the other, but if it's ultimately a matter of taste, of preference, then it can't be better, it can't be true. The best you end up with is, I like blueberry more than strawberry. And is that the foundation of your righteous indignation? In other words, it's illogical to believe you're morally superior to a Nazi because better doesn't exist to you. But if Nazism has just another flavor on the moral spectrum of life leads a bad taste in your mental taste buds, consider this saying by the character Sherlock Holmes. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Is it possible that Nazism is ultimately equal with the rest of morality? If not, then the next logical questions are, what is the standard of morality? Where does it flow from? Who or what made it? Why does it matter? Good questions.